Hey, Habs fans, are you feeling a mix of urgency and cautious hope right now? What if I told you that the Montreal Canadiens, reeling from Patrick Lane's 3 to 4-month absence due to muscle repair surgery, are reportedly eyeing Jaden Schwartz from the Seattle Kraken as a solution to bolster our attack? With trade rumors heating up and the need for offensive depth more pressing than ever, this potential move could be the lifeline to keep our playoff hopes alive. Today, we're diving into this timely speculation, exploring Schwartz's fit with the Habs, and weighing the cost of filling the void left by Lane. Let's break down this intriguing possibility and see if it's the spark Montreal needs to weather this storm. Let's set the stage with a challenging situation facing the Canadiens. The 2025-26 season took a brutal hit with the news that Patrick Lane, a key offensive weapon, will be sidelined for 3 to 4 months following surgery. After returning to the playoffs last season, Montreal, currently 3-1-0 early in 2025-26, is determined to maintain competitive momentum, but Lane's absence, especially as he's in the final year of a $34.8 million, 4-year contract, creates a gaping hole in the top 6 forward group. With over $38 million in projected cap space for 2026-27 after moving Carey Price's contract, GM Kent Hughes has the financial flexibility to act. Enter Jaden Schwartz, a 33-year-old winger in the last year of a 5-year, $27.5 million deal with the Kraken, $5.5 million cap hit, whose name is gaining traction as a trade target to address this urgent need. Now, let's dive into why Jaden Schwartz could be the right fit for the Canadiens at this critical juncture. A Stanley Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues in 2019, Schwartz brings a wealth of experience, having tallied 26 goals and 23 assists in 81 games last season, plus 8 points in 9 games, so far in 2025-26. Known for his speed, skill, and ability to play in the middle six, he's a versatile forward who can slot into the second or third line alongside players like Ivan Demidov or Kirby Dach. His offensive output and playoff pedigree, key in St. Louis Cup run, make him a reliable stopgap to replace Lane's production, while his leadership could steady a roster shaken by injury. With a $5.5 million cap hit expiring after the season, he's a short-term commitment that fits easily within Montreal's budget. Let's imagine how Schwartz could impact Montreal's lineup. Slotting him on the second line as a winger would help offset Lane's absence, providing a scoring threat to complement a center like Dach or Christian Dvorak. Picture Schwartz using his quickness to create space for Demidov's playmaking or crashing the net for gritty goals. His 26 goals last season prove he can finish. His experience in high-pressure situations would add composure to a team aiming to stay competitive, as noted by insider Chris Johnson of The Athletic, who calls him a fast, skilled winger with cup experience, likely to draw interest from multiple contenders. Under Martin's St. Louis system, Schwartz could stabilize the attack, ensuring the Habs don't lose ground in the Atlantic Division during Lane's recovery. Of course, acquiring Schwartz comes at a cost, and the proposed trade details are worth scrutinizing. According to Heavy.com, a speculated deal would see the Canadiens send Joshua Roy, a 22-year-old forward prospect with limited NHL action this season, just 1 game played, along with a 2026 second-round pick, originally from Columbus, to Seattle in exchange for Schwartz. Roy, a 5th-round pick in 2021, has shown promise in the AHL but hasn't cracked Montreal's roster consistently, making him a potential change of scenery candidate who could thrive with the Kraken's younger core. The second-round pick adds future value for Seattle, aligning with a possible retool if they become sellers, as Johnston suggests. For Hughes, known for strategic asset management, this trade balances immediate need with reasonable cost, preserving top prospects like Owen Beck while addressing the lane size gap. Let's consider the risks and dynamics from both perspectives. For the Canadiens, trading Roy and a second-round pick for a 33-year-old rental like Schwartz carries uncertainty. His production could dip, and he's not a long-term solution with his contract expiring. If Lane returns and the team struggles to gel, the assets lost might feel like an overpay for temporary help. For Seattle, moving Schwartz risks weakening their middle six depth, though Roy and a pick offer youth and future flexibility for a team potentially eyeing rebuild. Both GMs, Hughes and Ron Francis, must weigh short-term impact against long-term planning, and with other contenders likely eyeing Schwartz, as Johnston notes. Competition could complicate the deal. Additionally, Schwartz adapting to Montreal's intense market and St. Louis system isn't a given, though his veteran savvy mitigates that concern. Let's step back and assess the broader implications. If Montreal landed Jaden Schwartz, it would signal a commitment to staying competitive despite Lane's injury, prioritizing immediate depth over waiting for internal solutions. It's not just about replacing a scorer. It's about adding a battle-tested veteran to maintain playoff contention, building on last season's postseason return. For Seattle, trading Schwartz would lean into future assets, a logical move if their season falters. As the rumor suggests, his arrival could inspire young players and elevate the Habs during a tough stretch, while also keeping fan morale high. While still speculative, this trade paints a picture of a resilient Montreal squad refusing to let adversity derail their 2025-26 campaign. As we wrap this up, I'm energized by the thought of Jaden Schwartz in a Canadiens jersey, stepping into void left by Patrick Lane, and driving our attack through this challenging period. This trade rumor, targeting a season winger from Seattle to keep Montreal competitive, feels like a pragmatic yet impactful move for Ken Hughes. Schwartz's scoring experience and cup-winning grit could be the bridge to sustain our playoff push until Lane returns. While the cost of Joshua Roy and a second-round pick stings, the potential reward of maintaining momentum is compelling. Whether this deal materializes or remains a tantalizing what-if, it's a reminder that the Habs are ready to adapt and fight for success, no matter the obstacles. So, Habs Nation, I'm turning this over to you. Would you trade Roy and a second-round pick for Jaden Schwartz to cover Lane's absence? Or should we lean on internal options to weather the storm? Drop your urgent takes and thoughtful insights in the comments. I'm eager to see if this rumor stirs the same mix of hope and concern in you as it does in me. And if the idea of Schwartz bolstering our lineup has you intrigued, hit that like button to show your support. Let's keep this conversation alive as we watch the Canadiens navigate the 2025-26 season. Until next time, keep cheering and bleed blue, blanc, et rouge.